Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin, and today we're unboxing the Acer TravelMate X514. So this is a business laptop, and it's actually the first business laptop that I've reviewed from Acer. I really haven't reviewed that many Acer laptops in general, so I'm really excited to be working with them across their entire portfolio. I have the Swift 7 right here, and there's a reason that I've actually got this on my desk right now. So this is the lovely case that it comes with. I've been using this a lot, and I kind of love it. Performance is, it's a Y series processor. So this thing weighs in at under 2 pounds, 1.96 pounds. Now, the reason that this is out here is because this one weighs 2.15 pounds, which is incredibly light. And it almost feels like, haven't actually used it yet, it seems like it's this device but for businesses and with some changes. So let's just get this out of the box. Inside of this box, we're going to find, wait for it, another box, another cardboard box. That's and a shipping label. All right, so let's get inside box number 2, which is the exact same size. So you see that it doesn't come in any kind of a fancy box. It's just your regular old cardboard box. That's common for business laptops, and the reason for that is because when it comes to business laptops, the people using them probably never see the box. It's handed to them by their company. Also, these boxes are easier to stack on a rack. So let's get this open. All right, so we have a thing here. I love it when companies put the indented part. Yeah, I always open the box like, wait, did they forget to put the laptop in there? But moving on. We have a charger over here. This is going to be looks like a 45-watt charger. Yes, it is a 45-watt charger. It's the same one that came with the Swift 3 that I reviewed, if you recall. It's got that little pin charger, which I'm not a fan of. Obviously, I like for everything to be able to charge through USB Type-C. I like one charger for everything. But again, business device. And one of the things with businesses is that businesses have peripherals. You might... There are likely many of these chargers already lying around. So that's why this is gonna happen, and hopefully you can charge through USB Type-C as well. So here's the device. Weighs in at 2.15 pounds, which, it's very different from this one. As far as specs go, it's still got that Y series processor, a Core i7-8500Y, but it does have USB Type-A, 2 USB Type-A ports. It's got HDMI, so there are some clear differences between the two products. Looking at them, they're both black and they have a shiny Acer logo stamped on the lid, but they are very different. But I bring up that it's 2.15 pounds because that is so light. Most light laptops that you see are about 2.5 pounds. Something like a Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon is 2.4 pounds, and that's very light. So when you start getting under 2.5 pounds or under 2.4 pounds at that, you're looking at like absurdly light. And so that's why I put these two things next to each other, because Acer obviously makes both of these products, and they're both ridiculously light. This is the lightest laptop I've ever seen. This is the lightest business laptop I've ever seen. They both have 14-inch displays. Okay, so a couple things about this device. It's got the same, like I said, same processor, i7-8500Y, which is a 5-watt chip, dual core. It's not going to be as powerful as a U series device, which would obviously be heavier and probably have a fan. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig SSD, so it's looking pretty good over here. So we can see that it has that full-size keyboard. It's not making those same kind of compromises that we see from this, which is obviously also in that absurdly light category. This one has a much shallower keyboard that's a little harder to type. This is more of a full keyboard with a full key depth. It's got a bigger body. We can see it's a much bigger body. Both are 14-inch devices, and we can see that the the TravelMate is much bigger, and there's a reason for that. It doesn't have the same kind of screen to body ratio where you keep the webcam on top. Again, if you're unfamiliar with business laptops, you need that webcam on top. This one has crazy webcam placement, but video chats, Skype meetings, that's something that you're going to need to be able to do with this. So that webcam placement is important. Even, you know, there's a big trend in moving webcam placements to under the display or in the keyboard, or just moving it, you know, sacrificing bezels at all costs. And throughout that whole trend, all business laptops still keep the webcam placement right on top of the screen. It's got to be that way. So we can see that we get a full 180-degree hinge on this. It's not a convertible, obviously. Clamshell laptop, so it's about what you would expect. And it's really light is what it is. So we can turn it on. Power button's over in the corner there. The fingerprint sensor is underneath the keyboard, which, you know, is the same place it was on the Swift 3 that I reviewed. And on the Swift 7, it's actually in the power button. So this does have a full HD display. And what we can see is that it actually comes with Firefox pre-installed, which is kind of weird. Yeah, it has a lot of Acer bloatware. So if you watch some of my Acer unboxings, you'll know how much I despise that Acer bloatware. It comes with Norton security. It comes with a simple solitaire. Wow. Yeah, that's quite a bit. I'm very surprised at this. It's this is not something that I expect to see from business laptops. Usually business laptops that I see don't even have any kind of antivirus software installed. Like we have Norton here. You know, usually like Lenovo, every other OEM that I review uses McAfee antivirus. I don't see Norton from anyone else, but they put those on consumer laptops. They don't put them on their business laptops. So that's a little surprising. And for you know, I feel like, I mean, using Firefox, it's strange to me to make these suggestions for things that already exist and come with Windows. Like OneNote is there, and Acer also installs Evernote. It's like an Android phone where there's the Gmail app and then there's a separate email app. It doesn't need to happen, and I think anybody who wants to not use Edge knows which browser they want to use. So yeah, I'm really surprised to see that in a business laptop. So we have touch support as well. Okay, it's a 1080p 14-inch display. Looks pretty good, pretty glossy. The bezels are kind of big on the sides, which, you know, that's fine, really. Clickable trackpad. The trackpad is pretty nice, actually. I kind of like it. That's one thing that I like about the larger body of this versus the Swift 7, where you can fit more stuff on here. If you watch my video on the Swift 7, you'll see that the trackpad is very short, but it's also very wide, which makes for kind of a strange experience. So you get a full keyboard, a full everything, really. On this side, there really aren't any ports, just a headphone jack and a Kensington lock. And then on this side over here, we have USB 3.1 ports, which we have a Type-C 3.1, Type-A 3.1, and another Type-A 3.1, and then, of course, USB. So it's really the ports that you need. So the big selling point here is just how light it is, 2.16 pounds. So let's talk about some of those business features. There's an app on here called ProShield. You can actually see that. Probably should have done it when we were a little more close up, but you can create a personal secure drive, and what that does is basically you can back up stuff in there. It's secure, more secure than just storing something. So I'm creating a personal secure drive right now. So that's Acer's. It's like a security suite. It's meant to be a sort of all-in-one solution. I don't know if it does the same thing that Norton would do, because if it does, then why is Norton on there? I'm not going to go into a rant. I went into a rant on my last video. If you want to see me rant against bloatware, check out my Swift 7 video. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through this Pro Shield a little bit. You have a feature called File Shredder. You can drag files into it, and it shreds the file, and you know, I assume that destroys it. There's file encryption, file decryption, personal secure drive, and you know, you can resize the I don't know if you can even see, but you could resize the size of the drive and everything. Yeah, it seems like some useful stuff. I think this would actually be useful on consumer PCs, but it's a discussion for another time. That'll be in my review. So yeah, Pro Shield seems like a cool idea. Like I said, I've not used Acer's business PCs before. I reviewed many from Lenovo and many from HP, and I actually really like business PCs, at least the modern business PCs, because one, they have a lot of awesome features. Pretty much from every OEM, there's a lot of really innovative features that not just revolve around security, but just you're more likely to get a 4G LTE computer from businesses. That's considered a business feature in many circles, just because it's more secure than public Wi-Fi and stuff like that. But I also like them because there's this trend where people are taking their devices home from work, because you might be working from home or whatever. So it's a goal to make this sort of all-in-one device. And also consumer laptops are going towards that as well, because you might be bringing your own device to work. So really, they kind of have to meet the same ends. So, you know, is this a device that you want to bring home from work with you and use at home and maybe watch a movie on Netflix with? So, you know, I find that segment of the market to be really interesting, and I have a lot of fun doing those reviews. So, and that's why Pro Shield actually seems like a really interesting product to me. You might not find it interesting, I don't know. But so yeah, I'll have a review on this in a few weeks, so stay tuned for that. I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.